Oh my gosh. He does damage. He does damage. I'm going to die. That is guaranteed. It's just a matter of when. Plan run. Plan run. I'm about to die. Ah, shoot. That's it. Yep. Seems like I'm doomed. I don't know what to do. I think I know what to do. Been here for literal days trying to get smite on my sword because I've lost all of my weapons. So I've been enchanting a ton of books. I started with enchanting swords, but didn't get smite on any of the three. And then I was out of diamonds. So I went to books and enchanted all of these books, and none of them were smite. So I've just been here for literal hours, going back and forth, letting skeletons spawn in, taking their XP, enchanting books, letting skeletons spawn in, taking their XP, enchanting books, back to back to back to back, until finally just now I got smite 4. And I'm going to add it to a sword. Do I add sharpness, fire aspect, knockback sharpness? I'll add it to this sword. I also, somewhere in this bunch, have unbreaking, so I'll put that on. And I'm also making a very powerful bow. Yeah, probably power 5, punch 2 seems like my best option. It's probably the best option. I would love an infinity. I might have infinity. Yes, I do. So I'll put infinity on it as well. And now, the trick, which I did do, to be fair. I think the main trick of this fight is going to be potions. I used instant healing, but I didn't use swiftness, strength, or regeneration. And I think those are going to be the key. Swiftness, as I was editing the video, I noticed that it only causes the wither effect when you get hit directly. When the wither projectile... Oh, hello. Oh, that's not better. That's good. Yeah. When the wither projectile hits you directly, that's when you get the wither effect. But not at any other point. If it's an indirect hit, you just take damage. No wither effect. So swiftness will help me not get hit directly. And then regeneration, if I have the most powerful regeneration and I take it right before I go and attack him, I'm going to be regenerating all those hearts as I'm fighting, which is going to be great. And strength, well, that's just going to make me stronger, make me hit harder. And then smite does in fact do extra damage to the wither, as I know. And the super power bow should be very powerful. And hopefully, with all of these potions, I am able to do it. I do now look at myself and see I'm only in gold armor. I need to go mine for a long time to get more diamonds, because that's not enough for armor. So I still got a lot of grinding to do. I gotta brew all these potions. I gotta wait to get some more levels so I can add all these enchantments to my weapons, and I'll be back to hopefully finally kill the wither. Oh, I guess this is what I get for watching TV while I work. I used the smite book on my sword without paying attention and learned the hard way. Smite and sharpness can't be together on a sword. And now I have no smite book. So, maybe I'll get lucky? Maybe? It's power. I'm going to double check all of these books. Maybe one of them was smite and I didn't notice. I don't think so. I feel like that's hoping for... No smite. No smite. And I don't think I have books here. Well, that sucks. I did get the bow. I do feel like smite is probably necessary. I'll do a little research real quick, see if there's really a difference. That sucks. This really sucks. But I do still think that the potions are my best shot anyway. So I'll do the research. Probably still need smite, and that's in so many hours down the drain. Alright, since I made a stupid mistake, I'm now going to do some experiments. That's loud. I'm in a bedrock box in creative with the wither. I'm going to test whether smite or sharpness 5 is the better enchant. So if they're not significantly different, I don't waste another more hours than I like to admit. So first, sharpness, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23. Let's just call it 24 because he hit himself a few times with that. So 23 or 24. So let's spawn in one more and see if... Oh, come on, I can click. That was a sharpness. Now let's spawn in one more, see how well this smite does. I'm doing this without any enchants. Or, I mean, not any enchants. I'm doing this without any potions, just to have a baseline. Here he goes. I think he's going for a spider. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 21, 22. 22. Okay. So a 2-hit difference. In survival, that could be life or death. I'm not sure. 22 versus 24. Oh. Is that as big a difference as I think it might be? Maybe not with regeneration potions. I could probably make that up. And with strength. I honestly don't know. I'll think about it. Could save me countless hours trying to get a smite book. I might try like 3 or 4 more times with books just to see if I happen to get smite, then I'll use smite. And if I don't, I'll probably use the sharpness. Can't believe I made that stupid mistake. Okay. Anyway, back to survival, back to grinding. Okay, I got most everything ready to go. I'm at the witch's hut where I've been brewing a bunch of potions. We got the speed, or well, I say speed, swiftness, strength, and regeneration. And we got some instant health in case of emergencies, so that's good. I did see, so while I was brewing these, this guy is 8 minutes duration, and so is this guy, but this guy is only 2, the regeneration. So I'm going to have to take that at the last possible minute I can take it. Which is also why it's good to have the instant health potions as well, just in case. And also, we got the armor. This isn't particularly special armor, but it's also not bad. So I think I'm just going to stick with it, not try to manipulate it too much. Honestly, because partly I'm kind of lazy. But yeah, we're about ready to go. Okay, so I've got everything I need. We got all the potions. We got a bunch of arrows, just in case. The sword, that's not the sword I wanted. That's, okay. That's an extra sword. We got food and steak, which is also food. This is the sword we want to use that has sharpness 5 on it. I also noticed during the testing to see how strong smite versus sharpness was, the wither was suffocating in the wall as I did the smite test. So they may be fairly equal damage. So I'm definitely comfortable using the sharpness sword. But right now, I just have a blank inventory, some gold, and some armor that I got from skeleton farming. And I'm going to try to draw him out of the forest. Because this is the hardest battleground I can possibly think of. I got a regular bow. I'm just going to use to get him towards me. I have to know where he is first. Oh, I've got his attention. Oh, the water's gonna kill me. Yeah, water's doomed me. I got him further, so that's good. I got him close to out of the desert. I mean, close towards her. I am closer towards the desert. Do I go ahead and do this? I think I just sacrificed my life a few times to get him into the desert. Oh, not via cactus. Okay, do you see me? Can you break this tree that you're stuck in? Okay, that looks like the tree is broken. This is why I don't want to fight it in the forest. Oh, hi! This is going to get me killed, but hope it's going to get it unstuck. Seriously? You're still stuck. Just getting him out of the forest is going to be a lot harder than I thought. Do I just go for it? He's pretty close to out of the forest. I might just shoot him and run, because I'll have swiftness if I drink the potion. Do I do it? Does armor matter? I don't know if armor matters. Let's take like 2 instant health potions. Oops. Goes off my hotbar. These on. Sword. Am I ready? Is this what I want to do? I think it is. Not working as planned. I got his attention, but this is not going as planned. What the heck? Can I not sprint? There we go. This is really bad. You're distracted by the pig, maybe? Ah, shoot. I'm dead. I can press buttons. Oh, maybe if I get here. This is a problem. Oh, shoot. Well, that could have gone better. I don't think I'm ever doing that fight again. I went into a creative world to give myself the best armor, the best potions, the best weapons, and a platform that wouldn't be destroyed by the weather, and I still failed epically. Unfortunately, or fortunately, because of me, I don't want you to see that footage, there's no recording. But it happened, it was bad, and I'm never fighting a wither, which does mean that guy's just gonna stay there, I think it's that direction, forever, until either I get a lot better at this game or they nerf the wither. I don't know if they ever will nerf the wither, but anyway, we're going to continue the episode. I'm going to say that the 1.5 challenge is complete. It was originally to make a beacon, but since I can't kill a wither, I'm going to say that summoning the wither was enough to beat the challenge, and we're going to play in 1.5, which, in fact, we are in. You can see up there at the top, 1.5.2. Also that I only have 35 frames. That's okay, whatever. But yeah, so we're in 1.5, and I haven't actually decided what the challenge for this one is. 1.5 is the big redstone update. I don't know redstone. I'm gonna figure out what challenge is. Leave a comment if you have a good challenge. But right now we're working on the we're working at the museum. I've put in the window here, and the roof is now wood instead of dirt. And I've put in this little stained glass window sort of thing. I really like. Let's go look at it from the outside. I really like this sort of stained glass looking idea. I used wool and glowstone, so even at night it's gonna light up, and I think it will look cool. We might even get to see it right now, depending on if I feel safe against monsters. Probably not a good idea, but yeah, this is the idea, and I think it looks pretty good. I still need to do a proper entrance, but other than the entrance, the outside of the building is complete. Now we are going to work on the inside, and I did decide that the flooring, the carpet, rug, whatever, is going to be the blue. I really like it. It works really well with the spruce. The darker colors kind of complement each other, sort of. And I'm also what I'm doing is I'm going to have each of these sections be a version of Minecraft, a museum sort of piece that simulates a version of Minecraft. So you've seen this. This is the 1.0 version. This is stuff I did in 1.0. This isn't supposed to be things that came out in 1.0. This is what I did in that version. So this is a sort of mock-up of my first build without the door. And it's ugly, for sure, especially standing up on its own. But it's just the entrance, and you're gonna come in, you're gonna level out. These are my first tools here, and my first diamond. I also put some wheat to be like, this is farming. This is all farming stuff, and it's also conveniently spelling out 1.0. I don't know if it really works, but I went for it. Also, this commemorates the time when I dyed every sheep in the world red. I might put more sheep in there just to make it very clear. So I went around the entire world dyeing the sheep, because in 1.0, the sheep couldn't grow their wool back. So I couldn't make a farm to just get 2 or 3 sheep and constantly get red wool from them. So I had to go around the entire world getting sheep to be dyed red and then shear them and then find another sheep, etc. And that was to make the barn. Originally, I had an idea to make a giant barn, so I wanted a ton more wool than I did. Then I ended up having or needing, and I'm glad for it because that build, looking back on it, is ugly. I didn't know what I was doing. I'll also have down here go down a bit, and this will be the 1.1 section because all I did in 1.1 was brew potions. And this kind of works with the building with my main base. That's sort of what I ended up doing. I just pushed it into a hole in the ground for potions. And I don't need to take up a whole square for potions in 1.1. And then I also have the map. This is my little island. And I think it looks good. I would love if maps weren't so small on the space. I wish they could, I don't even know if it's possible, like connect to each other, maybe overlap the item frames, which are a cool version, which are a cool addition. Like I said, we're in 1.5. This is a 1.5 thing. I do like this, and I'm going to make use of it a ton, probably. But yeah, this is my island. You can see down here, that's the starter building that we are in a mock-up of. And that's the blacksmith building that I ended up doing nothing with. It's a little cove. I have still ideas that I might mess with that space. And there's the barn, the farm, I should say. And this is just a little corner to connect the whole thing. So that's nice. And that's sort of the idea I'm going to do with each version. So we're going to have the 1.1. I don't know if I'm going to do anything above it, if this is going to be roofed in or not. I still deciding it. But we're going to have this 1.1, and then this is going to be sort of an archway going into a 1.2 room, which I still have to figure out. But that's the general idea. It's going to snake around. I'll probably actually push this over to here, so it's going to be 1.1 here. Everything I just showed is going to be here instead of there. And then you're going to back in to the 1.2 room, and then 1.3, 1.4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure what back here is going to be yet. I'm still unsure about this area. But I liked the idea of domes in the building, making it less square, so they're here. I just don't know what I'm going to do with this area. Maybe one whole version is going to be here. I don't remember offhand what was added in 1.9, but if it's a big enough update, I might just make this whole space a 1.9 area, and then we'll start again. 1.10, 11, 12, 13. I think we're about to be on 21 as I'm recording this. I haven't looked at what 121 is, but I'm going to need to expand the whole area. I also need to figure out what this whole entranceway is going to be. I think I want a big sort of arch right here with lettering, because I know what downstairs is going to be. We're going to fall down here. We're going to go some stairs, and then it's going off this way and off this way, but that's going to turn right, and they're going to end up in the same room. This is an idea directly taken from a YouTuber called ZF Plays. It's the Hall of All. In his gameplay, he was collecting one of every item in the entire game. And I'm going to do that sort of thing throughout this whole series, except I'm going to make it challenging on myself. I'm going to collect one double chest of every single item and put it in a room down here. And that's going to be really hard. But that's the idea for down there. I'm going to have a big arch right above these stairs, and I'm going to try and do some lettering. I don't know if I can write out in... I don't even know how it would look. Maybe stairs could look good. I'm going to experiment with that. And probably, if I can, I want to have words that say Hall of All. I just saw it. Am I going crazy? Oh, there's a tree in front of me. I need to cut down that tree. And that arch will probably come out to around here-ish, which means I have a lot of space to play with over here. And I don't know if it's just going to be empty space or what I'm going to do with the entryway. But that also will give me some stuff to play with. But now I'm going to work on some of these little areas. Okay, so here's what we got. As before, we have the little house facade. Just realized I forgot to put that up. Ignore that. But when you come inside, we got the map here. I raised it up one because I'd like it to look at it. And apparently every time I go over to the chest over there, this unloads and it has to take a minute to frame it all in. And then down here is where the 1.1 stuff is going to go. I did not mean to break that, but I did. Oh well. It's just going to be like a 2x2 or maybe even a 2x1. It's the brewing stand, maybe some nether wart, something like that. And this is kind of like the small form of the facade of the blacksmith. And then something, probably fences are going to go where this is. Or it's just going to stay as is. And you're going to be able to see into the sheep. So that's that. And it's going to do the red sheep display sort of thing. And then you come in here. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with this. I don't know what. Whoa, oh, good. Mouse freak out. if I'm going to do something with this spot, I don't know what. Right now is just where my crafting bench has been here. And you got this little bit of an overhang sort of archway thing. And then we come in to the 1.2 area, which was the version where I built or terraformed a jungle. And you can't really, because we're in a tundra biome, the grass and the vines and the leaves are a different color, which is a little annoying, but I'm going to live with it. It gets the general vibe. We've got some wool to be the sky, and this is the water fountain and the custom river I built. It's a general idea, and this is really the only thing I did in 1.2 outside of discovering a spider spawner that killed me so many times and set me on a panic attack, but we don't talk about that. And then I don't know if I'm going to bring the stone wall out more or the wool out more. Something is going to be here to divide it, and we'll go into the 1.3 area where I will build like a miniature of the sand town or something to that extent. All right, but that's where we're going to leave it for today. Next episode, we're going to go into the nether and look at the new ore that was added, see what we can do with that, and maybe experiment with some redstone. But that scares me, that thought. But anyway, please like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on just everything. I'm kind of new, even though I'm like 20-something episodes into this series. I'm kind of new to this whole thing, and I don't know what I'm doing. It probably sucks. So I'd love to hear your feedback, and see you next time.